ArsenalFanTV down here at the Emirates Stadium. Time to take a look at the game at the weekend, Arsenal versus Middlesbrough. Just before I do that, I've got to tell you, we got a competition today where you can win £100,000. Yep, £100,000. That ain't my money. We've teamed up with Bet Victor. They've got this new golden goal competition. It's free to enter, and I'm going to give you some details of that later on. But first of all, let's take a look at the game this weekend. Arsenal versus Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough, they've only won one game this season. Their last 6 games, they've lost 4, drawn 2. Arsenal's last 6 games, they've won all 6. They beat Ludogorets by 6 goals. They're on fire. Easy work. What even bothering to talk about it for? Game's over, done, right? Nah. You know how it goes. You know it don't work like that. I always refer back to a game earlier on in the season, and that was when Liverpool played Burnley. Everybody thought to themselves, no problem, that's going to be an easy 3 points for Liverpool, and they ended up coming a cropper. So you have to treat every Premier League team with respect, and I'm hoping and I'm sure that Arsenal are going to do that. Now Middlesbrough, as I said, they're on a terrible run at the moment. They lost their last game at home to Watford. They're really struggling, and they initially got off to a decent start in the league, and I was looking at Middlesbrough and saying to myself, you know what, they're a half-decent team, some decent players. Of course, they've got Negredo up front, who of course used to play for Manchester City. Callum Chambers, of course, one of our players on loan there. You know what I mean? Throughout their team, some decent players, and they really played well last season in the Championship. And I was thinking, of all the teams that have come up, they may be the team that are going to do really well this season, but they're on a horrible run at the moment. And as I said, their last 6 games, they've lost 4 of them and drawn 2, and that's just not good enough if you're going to stay in this division. So they're going to come here and their confidence is going to be low. I mean, I've seen some of the messages from their players saying that they're coming here and they're not scared and they're without fear. But I kind of think that they will be fearful because they know that they need to get something out of this game and they really need to get a draw. But if you've kind of watched Middlesbrough this season, they're not, even though they've had a few draws, they're not really that sort of team that's just going to just sit back and just soak it up for the whole game. They are a team that do like to sort of try and come out and play. Now, Arsenal, on the other hand, have been playing some sublime stuff. As I said, 6 consecutive victories, including an absolute massacre of Ludogorets during the week. We've got players on fire at the moment. Theo Walcott, he's just absolutely flying at the moment. Another goal during the week, fantastic goal. Alexis Sanchez, we all thought at the start of the season, you know, Alexis as a striker, it's not going to work. Well, Arsene Wenger's proved us all wrong. It's definitely worked. 2 assists at the weekend, a goal during the week, which was absolutely brilliant, by the way. And he's flying. And then Mesut Ozil, he's not assisting at the moment, he's scoring. Scored last week against Swansea, scored a hat-trick during the week. He's on form at the moment, and it's just looking rosy throughout the team. You look at the squad, you know, there's no real injury problems at the moment. Yes, of course, Granit Xhaka, he got that red card, so he'll be missing, but Francis Coquelin's there, El Nene's there. It's just looking really good at the moment, and I think that Arsenal will go into this game full of confidence. I expect that they'll keep the same team, you know, as what they played against Swansea. Of course, minus Granit Xhaka, I think Coquelin will come in there. And you look at that team and you think to yourself, if they're up for it on the day, we can have another big scoring game against Middlesbrough. It'd be the sort of game that if Arsenal score early, the heads of the Middlesbrough players may drop. However, we cannot be complacent because it's one of those games that can work the other way. That if Middlesbrough was to get a goal, they might try and hang on to dear life to what they've got. Remember, if they come away from here with a point, they will feel that that is a fantastic result. But I fully expect Arsenal to really rise to the occasion. The confidence flowing through the team at the moment, you could see it the other night against Ludogorets. Even some of the tight games that we've had recently, we've overcome those hurdles. The game at Burnley, where normally that would have ended up being a draw, we overcome that. The game against Swansea, when we were down to 10 men, we showed a lot of fight and grit. And the most important thing about Arsenal at the moment is that we're scoring lots and lots of goals, something that we weren't doing last season. And one of the reasons for that is that dynamic attack that we've got up front with Alexis, Iwobi and Walcott. They're quick, their movement, it's just devastating teams at the moment. And then you've got guys like even Oxlade-Chamberlain that you can bring off the bench and add to that. So for me, I'm looking for an Arsenal win. I think Arsenal, again, could score a few goals in this, and I'm going to go by Arsenal winning this game by 3-0. What do you guys think? Leave it in the comments below and let me know. But for me, I'm really, really confident about this game. Now, just before I go, I told you about this competition. Chance to win £100,000. We've teamed up with BetVictor for the next few weeks here on our preview show. And BetVictor have got this thing called a BetVictor Golden Goal. It's free to enter. All you've got to do is guess the goal scorer and the time that he scores in the game. If you do that, you win yourself £100,000, and you can share that money with me, you know what I mean? Because, you know, things are a bit hard at the moment and I've had to buy a lot of camera equipment and stuff like that. But listen, you can win yourself £100,000. Now, the game, they're picking a different game each week where you've got to select the player from. The game that they've selected this week is the one between Chelsea and Manchester United. And after watching United the other night, bloody hell, you know, it might even be a 0-0 draw. They keep their money, but I'm sure there'll be a... who am I going to pick? You know what, I'm going to go for, in that game, Hazard scoring in the... I think it'll be a tight game, you know, because United are going to go there and park the bus like what they did the other day, Mourinho, etc. Hazard in the 67th minute. That's what I'm going to go for. That's what I'm going to enter. If I win, I'm even going to give some of that money to charity. So 100 grand. Who are you going for? Cameraman, who are you going for? He's shaking his head. You know, I put him on the spot. All he can do is bloody film. All right, I'll pick one for you. I'll go Costa for you on the 35th minute, yeah? You can enter that, all right? So put your entries. The links are below. You can enter the competition, get involved in it. Free to enter. I think it's a fantastic competition. Great prize, so make sure you get involved in that. But it's all about here at the weekend. And don't forget, it's Arsene Wenger's birthday, his 67th birthday. Now, in recent times, I've been a bit nervous about these landmarks because talking about Chelsea, I always remember that 1000th game. We went there and got hammered 6-0. But some of his recent landmarks, we've been doing all right. We've been, you know, when the landmarks have been coming up, it's been going good. And of course, it was Mesut Ozil's birthday last weekend, and he celebrated that with that fantastic goal. I fully expect the team to deliver a great birthday present to Arsene Wenger this weekend on his 67th birthday, and I'm going for Arsenal winning it by 3-0. Thanks for watching ArsenalFanTV, and let's just keep this run going. It's fantastic at the moment.
I want the Champions League, innit? That's what I want, innit? If you said to me,
you'd rather win that over the league?
Yeah, 100% blood. Because for me, the league, yeah, we ain't won it for a long time, but we've never won the Champions League, blood. That's a different trophy, fam. You get me? But